Good morning, and welcome to the Demons Clubcast, episode 19. And as usual, welcome from your hosts, K13, Mad Dog, and myself, UncleChowdr. Hope everyone's having a great morning this beautiful Sunday. As usual, let's get started how we always do with what we've been playing. Mad Dog, why don't you go ahead and take the beginning there?
Oh, buddy. So, I got a couple of days in today on top of just busy at work. I had multiple 10-hour days, overtime shifts at work this week just with everything I had to get done.
Fuck.
So I didn't get a whole lot of games in, but I did get I got one good session of Hogwarts Legacy.
Hell yeah.
So I am still grinding around and fucking around on that one. We'll just say, and I've probably said it before, and I'll probably say it again. This game reminds me why my favorite genre is single player RPGs. Just to immerse yourself into a whole nother world, and
all
so
the things that you can do, all that good stuff. I get you.
Yeah, well, I mean the last game that I just put an insane amount of time into, Assassin's Creed Valhalla with over 300 hours.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Just that single player RPG with all the different side quests and everything that you can do, and hands down my absolute favorite genre when it does come to gaming. So that one's kind of been, I try to make sure I hit that one at least once a week.
Yeah.
And then I had we had one good night. We had one good night with the squad on COD with I think we had 3 dubs. I mean, we were just stomping.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It was a great night, but like I said, I haven't been on too terribly much this last week, so just those two.
Well, I mean, hey, dude, you make time for what you can. That's the big thing. It's not like you're working all the time, and I get it too. Like I try to make time for video games during the week, but there are some nights where I just don't play games just because it's just cook dinner, fucking chill, watch some TV, try to go to bed.
Yep.
So I totally get that.
We basically go around my Leafs hockey schedule. Those are the nights we chill and hang out, and then in between I try and stream.
During hockey season, it's like, is there a game on?
That's been us with the WHL Chiefs, man.
Fuck yeah.
Like if they got a game on, I'm getting the daily pass for $7 and watching it on TV.
Oh yeah.
Kyle, what have you been playing, my friend? I've been gaming with you a bit, but I don't know if you've had time for anything else. Huh?
I think Luke and I got a session of Chivalry, and I don't recall if you were able to join us that day.
Oh, I don't think so.
I think it was Thursday or Friday, but
yeah, no.
that was it outside of predecessor, since they gave us the option to unlock Argus upon his arrival next week. So,
oh yeah,
just been playing that a little bit. So hopefully you can unlock him before he's available. I don't even know if I'll play him that much, but it's just nice to have it unlocked,
Yep, exactly. At this point,
but yeah, that's really it, man.
Oh, word. Well, I mean, at this point, I can I'll talk a little bit and I'll transition into what I've been playing. But, I mean, I know what you mean on that, because I did the same thing with, when they dropped, what was that last character they just released?
Quang.
Yeah, Quang. I had Quang unlocked before he was even in the game, but I haven't used Quang one time, which is the funniest part. I have all the characters that I use.
He's cool.
Shit. Oh, I fucking knocked my cord out. Hold on. Alright, can you guys hear me? I fucked up.
Yeah.
My foot caught my headphone jack and ripped it out of the thing where it sits on my sound. But I have all the characters in that game unlocked that I like, at least. So I haven't really, stressed too much about that.
I was working on Sarah, so it was getting actually kind of close, but got to get the newbies.
Yeah, for sure. But also, as per usual, because I just juggle too many games, if you've been in the Discord, following the Discord, I downloaded Destiny 2 again. because I'm a fucking sucker and I can't stay away. I've had a little bit of time to hop in it just to see what this current. I'm, of course, as per usual Destiny fashion, I've hopped in the middle of a season and have no idea what's going on. And the only way I can figure out what's going on is by watching a YouTube video. That's
Yeah.
Destiny 2 in 2024, baby. But I definitely am excited to hop back in just because, like I said to you guys, the Division 2 is early onset Destiny 2 addiction, so it was a matter of time, and I couldn't stay away because I just enjoy the first-person shooter aspect of that game, and I like the way it makes you feel so powerful when you're playing it. It's a good time. And then I have been playing Pred with the boys, obviously. Having a good time while we're doing that. Fucking this session we had yesterday was pretty good. Had some good laughs. Won some good matches. Also played some good teams. Jesus Christ, there's some sweats out there.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Also been playing COD with Lowe's. Another funny one. If you are in the Discord, you've seen our clip of Lowe's saving my asshole, to quote him.
That shit had me dying.
Dude,
That
yeah.
shit had me dying.
It was fucking, it was a good, oh, honestly, I've been having fun every time I hop into Warzone with the boys, so I'm gonna try to do that more often, again, with Lowe's, at least. We've been getting some good matches in, I've been getting some good headshots. Dropped my first headshot montage on TikTok, good solid 2 minutes of me just slapping kids, so if you get a chance, check that
Love
out.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I've been also kind of gaming. Oh, I did a little bit. I streamed like an hour of Ghost of Tsushima. I think the Iki Island DLC. I'm still working through that. I'm gonna try to beat that on stream. Um, so I can move on to God of War. For single player. There's so many games. Like I keep wanting to play Ghost of Tsushima, but I'll see all the boys online playing like something else, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play that instead because I just like, and it's my own
Right.
bad half the time too. Like, I know, like, I feel like I'm forcing myself to play it, and I'll do anything to procrastinate that shit. So like, fucking, oh, hey, look at Chivalry 2, looking sitting over here, looking nice and quiet. Let me play that and distract myself from the game I need to be playing right now.
Right, yeah.
So
At
that's
this point, I've accepted the fact I'll never play Witcher 3.
yeah, like from what I was told by a lot of people who played that game, they enjoyed the DLC, the Blood and Wine DLC way like a lot. Like they said that was what like made the game so fantastic. And
Oh, nice. Okay.
yeah, and so like I can see like I played all the way through the main story on stream, and to be honest, near the end I was kind of having a hard time finishing it. Like I just really wanted it to be over so I could move on to another game. I think part of that was because there was a game that had just come out that I really wanted to play. So,
Yeah, just itching.
yeah, just itching to try it out. But The Witcher has its fucking positives and negatives. Like I can see how someone could get into the whole monster hunting thing, because that I did enjoy, was like going and like searching the bestiary for hints on how to, easier ways to stop the monster, and then going out and like finding the materials in the world that you need to like make a poison for your blade, or like make some kind of a potion to help you or something. Like it was cool, and it was methodical, especially if you're a fan of like supernatural or like monster stuff. Like it was cool to do that stuff and like fight werewolves and shit like that. But I just, there's some things in The Witcher that I couldn't get past. I really have a hard time with the movement in that game. Um, everything feels really clunky to me, really stiff and clunky in The Witcher. So I have a hard time with that.
Yeah,
But
I'd have to agree on that one.
yeah, but besides that, like nothing wrong with that game. I think it's fantastic, and I know so many people love it, and I think that's awesome. I, I just, it wasn't for me. I did beat the main story though, so there's always that. But besides that, I mean, I'm about playing the normal stuff usually. Been messing with my stream a little bit. made the camera bigger, moved it down. I'm gonna rearrange. I'm even thinking about changing the shape to a circle. Thinking about going circle with my camera, making a little, yeah. So I've been thinking about some different stuff, but fucking besides that, things have been pretty solid, and I think I'm fucking hoping to get more time in this pred in because I keep seeing everybody with their master prestiges and Kyle over here with his badass fucking Greystone skin making me jelly. I just play too many games and it's a good problem to have, but my god, there's so much fun shit to play if you're not too picky,
Right,
I
yeah.
should say. So,
Yeah, that's true.
But let's hop right into the news because I don't know if you guys spend as much time on Twitter as I do, but my god, the Twitter sphere has been chaos the last fucking week of just all the shit going on. We've had
All the news coming in via Carrier Raven.
yeah, we've had quite a few layoffs.
Yeah.
Quite a few studios are just laying off people left and right, which has been kind of nutty actually. It started with Sony laying off like 900 people. And then and they laid off. It's from a number of studios. Fire Sprite, surprisingly Insomniac got hit with the layoffs, which was a shock to me personally after playing Spider-Man 2. But I mean, and this is just all stuff that's opinion that I've read, but a lot of people are saying that Sony feels like it didn't hit a milestone that they were looking for sales, which if I remember correctly, it hit like 10 million sales, which I thought was pretty good for Spider-Man 2, but I don't know how much it cost to develop that game and shit, so I'm not going to speak too much on that one. I don't have all the information there. But so Insomniac got hit. Shit, I feel like even Naughty Dog got hit a little bit. Let me pull up that article. That's one article I didn't get down in my list there. But that was kind of the start of it, if I remember correctly. 900 positions. It was 8% of its global workforce, including Heavyweight, Naughty Dog, and Insomniac. So I was right there. Which is kind of surprising, like I said, just because those are the two big dog studios that Sony has. So it shocks me that they would even eliminate people out of those teams.
Yeah, that kind of worries me.
Yeah, so I mean, layoffs were, I'm assuming, bound to happen soon.
Oh, of course.
You know, all of these places are going through their own little changes right now. So, and then the next set of layoffs that hit were EA. EA laid off 5% of its workforce, approximately 670 people. The company is aligning. Laura Miele, sorry if I fucked that up, president of EA Entertainment, explained that the company is aligning its portfolio and organization to focus on player preferences, such as large open world games, massive communities, and live services. The biggest fucking
Not coming from EA just sucks.
Yeah, exactly. It sucks hearing that from EA, and the news just kept coming from EA. Not only did they do that, but they decided to can the fucking Respawn game that they were making that was going to be all based about the Mandalorian and Star Wars. Like what the fuck is wrong with you people? What the fuck is wrong with you people? You guys must be idiots, in my opinion. Did you guys not pay attention to how big The Mandalorian was? People were getting Disney Plus who hated Disney Plus just to watch The Mandalorian. That's a real fucking thing
Sure
that happened. So,
I just know what EA is gonna do to like any of those games that they so-called are gonna focus on and like make for the community, but like I know how it's gonna go.
It's
season
not,
pass or some like pay to win shit.
No, it's not player preference. It's pocket preference that they're going after. They're just putting a little on it and selling it. They're selling shit as manure, dude.
Yeah, I'm not really excited about what EA had to say.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see
Unfortunately.
what happens. I'm not super stoked on it either. Um, the
So I think Joe's mentioned it, like just the plethora of games that are like large open world. It's kind of there's a lot.
yeah, there
Yeah.
is a lot, and I mean, not everybody should be doing those kinds of games because not everybody can do them correctly.
Yeah,
It's just
it's
like
just
not
it's too
every
many games to play.
well, and you know the other argument to be made there is not every game needs to be fucking open world either. Like
Yeah,
that's the other
seems
thing.
like vast majority are.
Yeah, not every game needs to be a large open world game. Like it's just not how it works. Like yes, is it fun to have freedom, but yes, but only if you give meaningful, impactful things to do in an open world. And I'm not talking about clearing off a map of icons. Ubisoft.
Right?
So,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's more
It's
than
just
that.
one of those things. Like I love Ubisoft games. I love the stories in those games. I love the
Hmm.
gameplay in those games, but Jesus Christ, they have their own issues. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. 300 hours and not done.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like
Like,
I will, I
That's
love
crazy,
Valhalla
bro.
I
very much as well because I
exactly.
love the gameplay. I love the fighting. I love the
Yep.
aesthetic of the game. The Vikings and raiding monasteries from the river in fucking medieval England. It's fucking sick. It was super sick. But my God, there's so much shit to do in that game.
Well, it did, and it's there's so much shit, and it's spread out throughout almost an empty canvas. There's so much they could have done in between, and
Well,
and
I'm
it
kind of glad
and
they
it.
didn't because I would have felt the same way that I did playing Odyssey. There was
Well, true.
so much stuff to do in Odyssey, and that map was so fucking big that it would
Yeah,
overwhelm you sometimes. Like you would hop in and look at the
Yeah,
map, and you're like, "Fuck, dude, where do I even begin here?"
yeah. That was me on Odyssey and Origins.
Yep.
And that's the worst part about it is, especially on Origins, you can see how big the map is when you first start. Like,
Yep.
yes, the sectors are grayed out, so you can't see anything in them. But the fact that you're walking in a smaller sector right when you begin, and you see how big it is in real life, and then you look at the map and realize, oh shit,
The one
right?
thing that is cool, if you really wanted to in Origins, and I think the other Assassin's Creed games, you can post up somewhere high, use your eagle, and you can legit fly to the other side of the map, and then come back and unlock a lot of that map, but still be standing in the same spot and see how big the map is for
Mm,
yourself. Fly from one side to the other. In Odyssey, it took like 20 minutes. That's not a joke.
yeah, that's just crazy.
And Origins, it took a ridiculous amount of time too. So, I mean, those games are massive. They're pretty to look at when you're riding through them. The worlds are interesting. And also, I will give this shout out to Ubisoft. Ubisoft did set up those games in a way that they're like the people doing like the NPCs doing their daily activities in that game is like as historically accurate as they could possibly make it, like to the point where they made a version of all three of those games that are made for schools to use for history teachers to show those areas off and fly around. There's like a whole educational program based around those games where there's no fighting or anything like that, no story. It's just like
And it shows what
virtual,
they did.
yeah, virtual
What
tour of
they
ancient
really,
Egypt or and shit
yeah,
like that. And I've seen clips of teachers using it in class, and I think it's so cool to see that type of shit.
right. Well, and that's always been, as a fan of history my entire life. That's always been my big draw to Assassin's Creed, has been the way they can tie in fiction to historics, and it doesn't seem outlandish at times when it comes to the historical fiction. Like, yes, take it as a grain of salt, it is historical fiction, but it doesn't seem
Mm-hmm.
outlandish. Like when you're sitting there in Assassin's Creed 3 and you're sitting there talking with George Washington and playing a game against him and everything like that. Like, that doesn't seem outlandish type
No,
deal. It's just, I
exactly.
love the I love the way they do those games. So
They're
that's kind of why.
Yep. 100%, dude. They're well done. Those games are pretty well done. I mean, the stories
Yeah.
are fucking fantastic. And like no one can sit here and tell me they didn't enjoy playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Like so many people love that game cuz you were a pirate and it was so much fun. And like my personal favorite
Right.
in the Assassin's Creed series is Assassin's Creed 3, what you were just
Yep.
talking of. I fucking love that game, dude. It was fantastic. It was so much fun to run around and fucking
I mean, you got
revolutionary America and fucking
yeah,
fight alongside George Washington and other famous historical fucking figures and fight the redcoats, dude. Fight the
right.
fucking redcoats. Like it was sick. So
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's exactly.
those games are cool for their own reasons. But I understand what people are complaining about when it comes to Assassin's Creed. I'm starting to get that Assassin's Creed fatigue a little bit myself. Like there's just
I
uh,
mean,
how
it
much
happened.
yeah, exactly. How much stealth how many stealth missions can we do the same but in a new setting before someone's like, "All right." Like
Yeah, it's called the final DLC. That's why I haven't finished it. It's
well,
quite literally why I haven't finished it.
I'm going to for sure be playing I'm game sharing with the homie on PlayStation 5, so I have access to Assassin's Creed Mirage as well, the new one. And I heard a lot of people talk about how that game was kind of a return to form for Assassin's Creed. That one's a lot more about the stealth and like your assassinations and shit like that. So I definitely
Yeah,
am
right.
excited to check that one out. But sometimes I have to say, I miss the old Assassin's Creed sometimes, like just the counter kill nonsense. Like, let me take on a group of 50 soldiers and I'm gonna counter kill every single one of them. Just leave them fucking massacre behind me. One man, two blades. That's all you need.
Yeah.
But,
Well, and then they brought in when they brought in 3 and they brought in the use of firearms.
yep.
Oh, dude, that was a game changer, at least for me. Um, but again,
Assassin's Creed Unity,
and
baby.
right,
That was
and
my
that's
favorite
where
one
like I
with
I
the
like
guns.
both. I like both the ways that Assassin's Creed has gone and done their things, right? I like that kind of storybook one city setting,
Mm-hmm.
like you saw in 1, 2, 3 Unity. But then at the same time, like I do enjoy this new
Syndicate.
open world concept that they are doing. It's
Yeah.
all just about which mood I'm in.
Yep.
That's why I have multiple Assassin's Creeds in my libraries and I can just download them at any time.
Yeah, I've played the only one I have not played yet and played all the way through is Assassin's Creed Rogue. And I missed that one just barely, but I have it remastered on my Xbox and it is one I plan on doing a playthrough of cuz a lot of people have said that one's pretty underrated. Um
Yeah, I enjoyed Rogue because of the story because it is. Oh, I don't want
yeah,
to give anything away.
yeah, I haven't played it or seen anything about it yet, so I definitely want to just learn it as I go. Um
Yeah, no, it's a great story.
Yeah, but I just with Assassin's Creed, and I think it's just Ubisoft games in general, because like there will be another Far Cry game that comes out, and I will be super stoked to play it, but I hope that they really try to change it up from the way that 6 felt, because I got pretty fucking tired of playing 6 near the end. A lot of same samey the entire time, and where I thought Juan Carlo Esposito's performance as the main bad guy in that game was fantastic. And I thought that the game looked really pretty and there was a lot of really cool locations. I got pretty sick of it pretty quick. And also, personally, just have to throw out there, I wasn't a huge fan of the way that Far Cry 6 implemented its skills into the game. It felt kind of lazy, like it was based off of clothes. And yes, you had to be a little bit more tactful because you couldn't have as many abilities and stuff. But I just, like it makes me miss like Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4, like that good old fashioned like level up. You got the crazy tattoo on your arm and the tattoo like gains pieces as you level up. Um and get your skills. I like it didn't feel the same. Like it felt like it played like a Far Cry game. You could do ridiculous shit in it and do all like the cool fucking like, you know, sneak up behind someone, stab them in the back, pull out your pistol and like lay out some people. But it just I don't know. It just didn't feel the same having to go hunt down fucking clothes to get perks. It felt weird. And Far Cry 5 will always have a soft spot in my heart because, well, it's based in Montana. So that one will always have a soft spot in my heart. Yeah, I don't even care what anybody says about that game. It's always gonna have a soft spot because us crazy Montuckans up here, you know, just starting religious cults trying to blow up the world. That's what we do.
Dude, 100%.
100%. All three of us are from Montana. It's true. It's true.
I don't know, man. I've driven through some small towns, and I'm like, the only thing that's relatively that looks good is the church, and I'm like, yeah, this is a cult. This is a cult town.
Wolf Point. Just kidding. Just kidding. But when Ubisoft made that live trailer where they flew by that church out there fucking in the middle of nowhere in that huge field and the bell was ringing, that was in Montana, and I'm pretty sure that was the Wolf Point church out there. They used real life footage from Montana to advertise for that game when it first came out.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, of course. I thought it was good. All the characters in that game just cracked me up. Bunch of good hardy folk out there living in the woods, fucking living off the land, shooting deer, shooting themselves some cultists. It's a good time.
I never did play that one, but I did find that very funny.
Yeah, honestly, it's a pretty good one. It's a bit of a mind fuck, and it's not a bad game. And the I don't know, the mechanics were fun. Like I had a good time with the squirrel suit in that game, like just squirrel suiting around and shit, because you could like, once you unlocked areas, you could fast travel, but you could fast travel by airdrop, so you didn't have to like fast travel on the ground. Yeah, you could like fast travel to an area, but it would fast travel you like way up in the air above the place, so you could skydive in or you could squirrel suit to a place. It was a lot of fun because I would just do that to get everywhere. I wouldn't even drive half the time. I'd just fast travel somewhere kind of close and rip out the squirrel suit and fly to where I needed to go.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so Far Cry 5 was a good time. And I mean, once you start getting good at it and you got that squirrel suit down and you like squirrel suit to an enemy base, rip out your fucking recurve bow and a fucking throwing knife and a shovel for a melee weapon, and you're out there just fucking taking people out left and right all quietly, it gets pretty fun. I won't lie. It gets pretty fun. But let's continue on. Like I said, we got a lot of news, and we're gonna talk about some good news.
We do.
We're gonna get off the layoffs. For the most part, I think I got all of them covered at this point. So former Call of Duty devs form a new studio with a different approach. So we got former Call of Duty designer David Vonderhaar. He's formed a new studio called Bullet Farm, backed by NetEase. I don't know who NetEase is, but the studio called Bullet Farm, that sounds pretty cool. That's a cool name for a studio, I thought.
I agree.
It just makes me think of Mad Max, the very beginning, when fucking Immortan Joe's like, we're sending all warriors to the Bullet Farm. Fucking, I love Immortan Joe. I love fucking Mad Max. That shit was dope. Vonderhaar aims to avoid practices like annualization, predatory monetization, and excess crunch that have become common in the industry. The studio plans to grow from its current 4 employees to approximately 50 in the future. So, some ex-Call of Duty devs making a new first-person shooter game that could be pretty interesting.
For real.
I'm actually pretty stoked on that, actually.
And they're literally calling it the anti-COD. That's what they're going with. So,
okay, that's cringe, but
I mean, hey,
cringe, but it represents a feeling.
It's cringe, but
do you remember that game that was supposed to be the Halo killer, Killzone?
Oh yeah, Killzone was supposed
exactly
to be
what I think. Okay,
yeah, the
good
Halo
game, but stop.
Well, to bring that up, it was like when Helldivers 2 just dropped. So many people on Twitter were posting Helldivers 2, the Halo killer, and I'm like, wait a minute, stop. Do you realize that those two games are nothing alike? Nothing alike.
No.
One is a
Yeah, not at all.
third-person co-op shooter, and the other one is a first-person storyline / multiplayer. You go play multiplayer and shoot your homie in fucking Helldivers, and then you tell me how good that was, because it's not a team deathmatch. You tell me how good that was, and I'll just wait for you right here.
Right.
But, yeah, I think when people, I get what they're doing. He's probably doing that to be a little spicy, to try to get some attention. We'll have to, we're going to have to wait and see what happens with that, because I'm definitely interested, because, I'm at this point, I really don't care what anybody thinks, so I'll just say it out loud. Call of Duty Black Ops Gulf War is coming, and I will buy it, and I will play it, because I fucking love Black Ops, baby. So
that's just it. I enjoyed the Black Ops story.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But moving on to the next set of news. Sony PlayStation lawsuit from the UK now involves 90,000 customers. They are seeking $7.9 billion. The Sony PlayStation lawsuit alleging overcharging on the PlayStation Store has grown to include 90,000 customers. The lawsuit argues that Sony abused its market position by setting inflated prices and taking 30% commission on every purchase. If Sony loses the case, it would face significant financial consequences, including potential closures of divisions or reduced first-party game development. Also, non-UK residents are now allowed to sign up for that lawsuit, so this is definitely not the end of this. We're gonna see something big come out of this.
So now it's how much do I like Sony?
Yeah, exactly. Then the next piece of news that I found pretty interesting, and I'm sure we can talk about this one for a minute. Rockstar has now asked all of its employees to return to the office full time to prevent GTA 6 leaks. As you guys would remember, the trailer for GTA 6 was leaked a day early on TikTok by a developer's kid. That actually happened. And then we've had other leaks. But the developers are throwing a fit. A lot of the Rockstar devs are throwing a fit. They don't want to return to the office 5 days a week. Quite frankly, I can't really feel bad for you. You're going into a cushy office job. I understand it's long hours and crunch time can be shitty. But if some of your development team didn't let their dumbass kids leak shit on TikTok, you guys wouldn't have that problem.
Yeah, you wouldn't be in this position.
Exactly.
Pretty much. You all screwed yourself into it. So get back to the office and get the game. Let's go.
Plus, also the anticipation of this game, and now that it is out there that they've been working on it and all this, it was bound to happen. Like grind time was going to come sooner or later. Honestly, better now than during holidays. Hopefully they can get it all figured out.
Yeah, and I mean, we've had 2 serious incidents happen. I mean, the decision comes after several leaks, like we were talking about, including a major one in September 2022 that resulted in a leaker's indefinite confinement in a hospital. Now, when I read that, I was not 100% sure what that meant. Exactly, I was not sure what that meant, so I got some context. Okay, the GTA 6 hacker sentenced to indefinite imprisonment in secure hospital. Orion Kurtaj, a member of the Lapsus hacking group, has been sentenced to an indefinite imprisonment in a secure hospital for leaking Grand Theft Auto 6 clips. Kurtaj was able to hack into Rockstar's internal systems using an Amazon Fire Stick, his hotel TV, and a cell phone while out on bail for a previous attack on Nvidia. Pause for a minute. Pause.
I remember talking about this guy.
Yeah, pause for a second. Let's be real here, okay? I need to give that man who's in jail his kudos for hacking a fucking Rockstar server with a Fire Stick, a TV, and a cell phone. That's goddamn impressive.
Just keep in mind, people, these are the people that we agree to our terms and conditions on when we go to play their games. And they got hacked by a Fire Stick.
Yeah, it got hacked by a Fire Stick. Despite Rockstar arguing the hack cost them $5 million, and thousands of hours of staff time, Kurtaj's defense claimed that the recent GTA 6 trailer's success indicated no measurable negative effect. So they're obviously arguing about it, but they're trying to get that guy locked up.
Yeah.
So, I devil's advocate here. First off, yes, kudos to the guy. Impressive with what he did. You're on bail for another attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you pressed it. This is
That's not playing.
This is the 1990s movie Hackers all over again.
Oh, this is definitely not. That's not you playing devil's advocate. That's just being truthful. That guy's an idiot.
No. Right, but what I'm saying is Rockstar's going a little. They're flopping a little too much here, pulling a LeBron and saying that it cost them $5 million and thousands of hours of staff. Like, come on. You guys right now are just trying to get either a settlement or some kind of payout from it just because you were a victim of this. So that's what I mean. Like, the guy was an idiot, but Rockstar, you're flopping an NBA player right now.
And also, maybe upgrade your shit so you can't get hacked by a fire stick.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Their password is probably like password 01.
Yeah, dude, like exactly. What the fuck?
Come on, for real.
So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens with Rockstar though. From what I'm seeing on Twitter, there's a lot of developers who are bitching hardcore about having to go back to the office full time, which I think is dumb. Which I think is so dumb. But that's just me. Like, I don't agree with crunch, but I also, think that you going into the office and working at your fucking desk and keeping things secure and keeping information secure is not that hard of an ask.
Right. Especially after a fire stick.
Yep. And then let's move on to some more Sony news because this has to do with those layoffs, and I totally skipped right over it because the title says something else. Firesprite, a studio acquired by Sony, has experienced discontent and layoffs due to a toxic workplace culture. Here we go again.
Right.
Senior leaders from Sony Support Studio XDev brought in lead Firesprite have been accused of sexual discrimination and ageism. An internal investigation by Sony dismissed the claims as a misunderstanding, leading to further dissatisfaction among staff. The studio's original founders have departed, and new leadership from XDev is described as inadequate and lacking trust. Pressure to deliver Horizon Call of the Mountain PSVR 2 and cultural changes have contributed to the studio's struggles. I'm not saying that none of this is true, and I'm not saying that any of it is true, but I would just like to point out as a third-party observer that I find it really funny that all of this shit came out right after Sony laid off a bunch of people from Firesprite. Just saying.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I don't believe in crunch, and I hope that workplaces can be better for workers because workers need to be happy to produce good content, and that's the truth of the matter.
Exactly.
But no one can sit here and tell me that it's not just a tiny bit sus that all of that shit had to come out right after a bunch of people got laid off at Firesprite.
That's just it. How long ago did Sony acquire Firesprite, and how long has this been going on?
It was in 2023. They acquired them last year. That's a rather new acquisition for them, if I remember correctly.
But okay, you're telling you what this is telling me is that all this happened after the layoffs, which I don't see. This sounds like it's something that has been going on since the day they got it, basically, and you're speaking up now. Like, yeah, I'm on the sus. Like, not to discredit anything, but why all of a sudden?
That's why I said I'm not going to sit here and say one way or the other for sure. I do just find it a little sus that all of that shit came out right as, we're getting all this news about layoffs.
Right. With you on that one.
Yep. But you never know. We'll just have to see how that plays out. I'm sure we'll know more about it by next week as well. More Sony stuff, but this one's about Helldivers 2. Big news for the Helldivers 2 players out there. I've been seeing a lot more clips of it recently on Twitter. It kind of seems like people are finding planets at random where it's happening. a video shared on Reddit showed a player controlling a mech in Helldivers 2. Mechs are making a comeback. The player can switch between rockets and machine guns while piloting the mech. Arrowhead Game Studios has teased the uses of mechs in the past, and they were part of the first game. If you played the first Helldivers, I did not.
Nope.
But the footage I've seen looks pretty cool. It was the mechs are pretty sick. They're pretty big. And it looks a lot of fun to blow up bugs with that thing. So but well,
Honestly, it seems like next would be to rival the whatever the robot guys are called.
Oh, it isn't. Yeah, the robot guys. That would be where it's probably the most useful. The automatons, the automatons, they are fucking brutal as fuck.
Thank you, automatons. Yeah.
And small correction for myself. Sony bought Firesprite in 2021.
Mm.
After it had made a number of PlayStation games, including The Playroom and Run Sackboy Run and the PSVR game The Persistence. They bought Firesprite to develop PSVR 2 titles. So just wanted to correct myself on that one.
And with that, you make it even more.
Yeah. It's been 2 years.
Yeah,
It's been, it's been 3 years. You guys have been a part of that company for 3 years. You guys get some layoffs, and now everything's toxic.
Yeah. That's
Excuse
how
me.
I feel.
And then let's break into a little bit of Destiny 2 news. Let everybody know the real reason why I went back to Destiny 2. It's called the Skimmer. That's the reason why. It replaces your Sparrow with a rocket-propelled board that you can ride in Destiny 2 and grind rails. That's right, you heard me. It's a thing. And that starts.
I hate you.
Yeah, that's right. You better go download it, and it starts tomorrow, baby. It starts tomorrow. The Guardian game starts tomorrow, and you can get your Skimmer tomorrow.
I hate you because I don't want to put more time into that time suck.
Destiny 2 Guardian Games All-Stars events details revealed. The event returns to Destiny 2 on March 5th. Oh, so Tuesday. Sorry, not 4th. Tuesday, March 5th. Featuring a new exotic vehicle called the Skimmer. Players can earn the All-Star Vector Skimmer by completing quests during the event. The goal of the event is to earn medallions and deposit them in the tower to help your class win, as every Guardian game is. New contender cards offer different challenges and rewards, including a Twitch drop for watching Destiny 2 streams. That's sick for anybody out there who plays and doesn't want to get too serious about it. Get some free stuff. Complete weekly quests and focus activities to earn high scores, unlock chests, and buff your guardian. So that should be pretty sick. I'm pretty stoked to get the Skimmer and go grind some rails in Destiny. All right, should be a fun time. Don't be jealous, okay, Mad Dog? Don't be jealous.
I'm on the PlayStation Store right now.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the Destiny 2 stuff. I heard about a Skimmer. I was like, boy, I'm getting in there. So. Oh yeah, and I'm sorry I didn't see that way sooner. Fucking Arkham Asylum. Appreciate that chat.
I went in the Discord, so I haven't even.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I've been reading Discord shit. The next big story I got, which was kind of an interesting one. Toys for Bob is going indie. If you don't know what studio Toys for Bob is, they're the development studio behind Skylanders, Spyro, Reignited Trilogy, and Crash Bandicoot. They're going independent. The studio aims to return to its roots as a small and nimble team focusing on creating new stories, characters, and gameplay experiences. They're exploring a potential partnership with Microsoft and are excited to share updates on their new adventure as an indie studio. Activision and Microsoft have been supportive of this new direction, and the studio looks forward to continue to work closely with them in the future. So, Pretty interesting change up there. I kind of had a suspicion that maybe Toys for Bob would end up being put to work on a Crash Bandicoot reboot of some kind, but who knows? We'll see what happens now that they're going indie. I think it's very cool that they get to do their own thing though.
Right.
So we'll see how that turns out for them. And just so anybody who's listening right now, if you are subscribe to any of the Demons Club creators, you can view, read along, and check out the articles for all of these things that we're talking about in the Clubcast notes. They are there. Just wanted to throw that out there as well. So the next big story, Saber, a studio subgroup or whatever out of Embracer, whatever you want to call them, they're to become a standalone studio with around 3,500 employees. Embracer Group,
Nice.
Embracer Group is selling its subsidiary Saber Interactive to private investors for up to 500 million. Saber will become a privately owned company with around 3,500 employees and continue developing the Star Wars: The Knights of the Old Republic remake. Super stoked about that.
Hell yeah.
The deal is part of Embracer's cost-cutting initiative, which has involved layoffs and studio closures. Yeah, for anybody who hasn't seen that, Embracer has been kind of doing that lately and quietly in the background. It is just something that's happening right now across the industry. Wish it wasn't.
Yeah.
Sucks for those devs who have families and stuff, but I hope that they can land on their feet. Saber operates studios in several countries and develops original titles as well as works with other developers. Embracer acquired Saber for $525 million in 2020 as a part of a spending spree, but has since been shedding costs due to a financial challenge. So yeah, we're seeing a lot of that in the industry right now, but in different ways. So we'll definitely have to see what that studio decides to start pumping out. I mean, if they're working on a Knights of the Old Republic remake, I would like to see an original IP from them just to see what kind of shit, we should be expecting. And who knows, with so many people, they could break off into like 3 subgroups underneath Embracer and make different games. There's that 3,500 employees is quite a few. It's quite a few people.
Yeah.
So Assassin's Creed Red, some new information was released about that, which I'm personally really excited for. We had a big long Assassin's Creed talk, but this will be the first one that's supposed to be in feudal Japan. So pretty stoked about that.
They have been teasing that setting for years.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed Red is set in feudal Japan and will use the Anvil pipeline, an evolved engine that enables unified development across studios. It features improved visuals with ray trace global illumination and virtual geometry and overhauled animations, parkour, dynamic weather, and combat with more gore and stealth elements. That right there is all things I wanted to hear about Assassin's Creed, baby. More gore, better combat, better parkour. Let me have it.
Yeah. That's right.
Players can build and customize their settlement called the Hideout with various structures and customizable interiors. We don't have a whole lot of information about Assassin's Creed Red. They haven't even released any kind of a trailer for it, really. We have a picture. We have a picture with like a dude jumping like a ninja in a setting sun with a red sky.
Sick.
Yeah, it looks sick. Yeah. If you're an Assassin's Creed fan or you're just a fan of Japanese feudal Japan, that type of shit, samurais and shit, I'm sure this game will be right up your alley. I'm pretty stoked about it. And guess what, guys? That was all of our bullet points.
Hey,
organized and through.
Yeah. Like
shout
I said,
out Galaxy. What is it? A24?
No, S24 Ultra. Shout out to
S24.
Shout out to the S24 Ultra with that AI summarize. Okay. Thank you for helping me get some articles together without having to click through links and have a million tabs open on my PC. That was beautiful.
That's a very cool feature. As a diehard iPhone user, like I want that.
Yeah. Also, the circle to search. Let me give another shout out real quick to this phone. On any page, when I'm on any screen, if I hold the home button on my phone long enough, it brings up a special screen, and I can circle anything that I see on the screen, and it Google searches it for me, like a lens search.
Ooh,
Super dope. Just have to say that.
that's game changing.
Yep. Also, they just upgraded this phone with a 200 megapixel camera, which is outrageous. So
That's crazy, bro.
yeah, which is outrageous. If you're and
Right.
also just shout out, I don't know what everybody's phone carrier, but I'll give another shout out because Verizon did me a solid, so I'm gonna do them a little bit of a solid. If you're on Verizon and you're paying for an iPhone, you can do a trade-in right now at Verizon and get $1,000 off on a new line with a plan on an S24 Ultra. You could pay $300 for one of those phones. Just throwing it out
They're
there.
offering me the same shit to get the iPhone 15 too.
Yep.
Hey,
And if
mine,
you
They're like, it's like,
mine
hey,
right
it's
now.
$5 a month, and I'm like,
My,
nope.
mine right now is I can take it and trade it, get the iPad, the phone, and the watch.
Nice.
See, that's what they did, but that's what they did for Samsung on the other side for my dad. My dad upgraded his phone. He got the S24 Ultra, Samsung Galaxy Tab 9, and a Galaxy Watch.
Yeah, I
I'm,
loved my Galaxy Watch.
yeah, I'm an Android baby. I always will be an Android baby. So,
Well, that's what I was telling Kyle is yes, I'm on iPhone now. I've acclimated. I've learned how to use it. I love my iPhone. This is the first iPhone that I've actually truly owned, and it was because I had to. My phone stopped working, and in my position at work, I have to have a phone. So my phone had stopped working, so I was just like, "Fuck it, I'll go take advantage of my upgrade." And all they had were the A's or those flips, and or the iPhone, and that's just because it was October.
yep.
So we hadn't quite got the newest Samsung release, and they had just dropped the latest iPhone. So it's like, oh, fuck.
Yep. That's why I
So yeah,
waited to upgrade till the S24 officially came out because I seen that they were kind of teasing it and getting ready to, and I just waited and it came out in January. So I'm like a month late or so, but this phone is incredible. And also they got rid of the round edges on the Samsung phones. They got rid of the round edge completely. It's just a flat screen again, which so much
nice.
nicer. But
Nice.
yeah, and also another shout out since I'm actually sitting here talking to you, Kyle. Thanks for the recommendation on CapCut. I made my fucking
Yeah,
TikTok
man.
montage on CapCut, and it actually worked pretty good. So I was pretty
Dude,
stoked
it's
on that.
so seamless to do stuff, and then like if you look a little further, you can do like more transitions, and depending on how you break it up, like you can really do some stuff with CapCut even without paying for the membership. Which I do want to get the membership, but
Yep.
Right here,
um,
I got a
I'll send
TikTok.
you guys.
That one TikTok finally broke 1,800 views, and that one I uploaded last night's approaching 300. Nothing crazy, but for me, I'm pretty stoked.
fuck yeah.
Good traction. That's good traction. Here, I'll send you a video that I made on CapCut. It took me, I would say, roughly an hour with having to shoot 15 different video clips to add it in.
Yeah,
So
exactly. And
I'll
that's
look
the
for
thing
that
is
real quick
like
and I'll send it to you guys.
these phones have such amazing cameras on them now. You can use them for so many different things besides just,
hmm
taking like Joe uses his iPhone as a webcam sometimes. So,
Oh
Yep.
yeah, I know a lot of people that do that.
so
But
no
yeah, no,
go ahead, sorry.
yeah, I made this for work, but I'll send it over to you guys just so you can fucking see like the extent of what you can start doing
Oh
with
yeah.
CapCut. In fact, this video has caused like our marketing manager to start using CapCut as well, and he was just using the Adobe's.
Okay, see, I really like using the CapCut on the phone, and I've been enjoying it extra because I got the stylus in the phone now.
Oh,
My
yeah, that makes it even
Nice.
nicer.
yeah, my fancy stylus, so you can do that really precise grabbing and moving if you need to.
Oh, so it's like the modern day Galaxy Note. Fuck yeah, that's cool.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. They stopped making the notes. They stopped making the note
Yeah,
line, and they just started putting styluses in
blew up.
their S24s, like the main line. So, which I
Hell
think was
yeah.
a great move personally.
I mean, you might as well.
Yeah. What was it? I forget. I was listening to a podcast and it was an older guy on the podcast. I think it was a Rogan podcast, and he was an older dude, and they were talking about the S24s and the stylus in the bottom, and he goes, "What the hell is this? We going back to the 2000s? Everybody carrying a Palm Pilot?" And I started laughing so hard. I was like, "Oh my god, he's kind of right. Oh my god."
Yeah.
Dude, Dude, did you see the last podcast that fucking Dana White did?
Yeah, where he just got up and walked out.
Yeah, he walked out on Howie Mandel and fucking Ginger Billy.
Yeah,
he's just like, "Hey, right now we have Dana White. I love what you do with your company and da da da." And he's like, "You know what? I'm sick of doing podcasts. I'm never doing another fucking one." And he just takes his headset off and walks out.
Yep. I mean, when you're Dana White, you can do that type of shit. Like, he gives a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the dude gambles with more money than fucking we make and than we'll make in the next 30 years, and he does that every Friday night.
Yeah.
So it's like, he doesn't give a shit about going on a podcast, dude. He's making money hand over foot right now, dude. Whatever. And I kind of, I can also, like, I've been wondering, like, how long it was going to be until we seen something like that. Like, I can only imagine how, like, you can see how annoyed Dana gets just sitting at the fucking interviews after the post game, after the post fight.
He's there for the events. He's not there to talk to people.
Exactly. And you can see how irritated he gets with the journalist questions half the time, which I don't blame him, because some of those journalist questions are unbelievably stupid. Unbelievably stupid.
Always have been, always will be.
But yeah, like, it cracked me up, because I was just like, okay, well, that was honestly, that fits with his fucking shit. 500 million right now. Fucking A. What's up, Joe? Yeah, I can believe that Dana's net worth is 500 million. That dude has got so much fucking money.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that, and like I said, my favorite part was Howie just being speechless with that dumbfounded look on his face.
I know, just like, what just happened? Is this, what am I supposed to do? Oh yeah, it was pretty. I had to laugh a little. I just had to laugh at it, because it was like, my god.
Yeah, no, I was like, oh, classy.
Yeah. No, listening to those guys listening to, like, Rogan tell stories about him gambling and shit all the time just blows my mind. But him having a net worth of 500 million definitely makes sense. I mean, he's a bit of a bulldog, so I could see him just out there making that money. But as for video game stuff, we kind of already moved past it. I was going to say, I think I covered everything in the Discord, and I didn't really have any other big news to talk about. If I do, we can always fit it in next week. If I miss something, I'll just fit it in next week. But I got my section out of the way. I know you said you had a little bit of movie TV stuff, so let's hop into that.
Yeah. Nothing too crazy. There's a couple of pictures from Bill Skarsgård for the remake of The Crow, which look interesting to say the least. He's got tattoos on him.
Yeah, Tiffany. The Crow, is that a movie about birds?
Honestly, it's been so long, I don't even remember what it's about.
Because I don't know what that movie's about.
If I remember correctly, and I could be way off base, because I really haven't. I never watched 2 or 3, and I haven't watched the first one in years. But basically, imagine the Punisher, basically, or not the Punisher, or like Spawn, where guy's killed and then he's brought back. Except for in The Crow, he's brought back by crows.
Okay.
Yeah, his wife gets killed. Joe called it. His wife gets killed. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he gets killed too, and then he comes back for his revenge.
Yeah.
Because I do remember
classic revenge superhero story, or I should say, not even superhero. I should say, anti-hero. Exactly.
Vigilante. Yeah, anti-hero.
Yeah. So like, because I know in the original Crow, this is a little behind the scenes. So the original Crow was played by Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee's son. And one of the first scenes in the movie is his death, where his wife gets killed and then he ultimately gets killed. And when they were shooting that scene, unfortunately for Brandon Lee, the blank misfired, and he was actually shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
He was actually
right. That was
so in
during
that
that
scene.
movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
that's right.
never knew that.
So when you see the video clip or the scene basically where Brandon Lee's character gets shot out the window and dies to his death, Brandon Lee is dying to his death in that scene. Now whether they use
Wow.
the actual same footage or
That's right.
what, but I mean Hollywood ethnicity, wow. Hollywood authenticity would call out that they would use the scene where Brandon Lee died in the movie.
Yeah, I
So
always knew that Bruce Lee's son died from a on-set accident of that happening, but I didn't realize it was that movie.
yeah, it
That's
was
crazy.
yeah, there are a lot of
That's nuts.
conspiracies. There are a lot of conspiracies about it. Joe called it with the Chinese mafia um thought process on it.
Oh wow.
But I also know that at the same time, blanks that they use in Hollywood contain a lot more because you don't have the compressed gas making the gunshot sound. They contain a lot more powder, so it dirties up the barrel a lot easier. And if not cleaned more regularly, then you will get basically calcified powder that can become a projectile getting shot out at the same time. So it could go either way on that one.
Yeah. That's crazy. I don't know.
So, but
I mean,
so when it comes to that, like when I saw, that yeah, they were found. It was found, and I'll say this with bunny ear quotes there, Joe. It was found
not handled
because
properly.
yeah, they weren't cleaning. They weren't cleaned properly like they should have been.
There's
So
just too many avenues it could have been, so you can't really
exactly,
pinpoint anything. So
exactly,
conspiracy theories will continue to live on for that.
and when it's me, and I learned from an old Jewish grandmother to never trust the news of the government.
Right, exactly.
Like I don't want to say I'm a crazy conspiracy nut, but I am a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. I don't believe the official story 99% of the time.
Oh, for sure.
Now whether I'm going to sit there and push it and be like, oh yeah, this is a hoax, and I'm not like that, but at the same time, I'm with Joe. It is still hard to believe that a blank can cause enough damage to be lethal.
Right.
So,
And depending on where it hit, maybe, but
that is true. That is true. I mean, it's not like the Alec Baldwin one where he just didn't check a pistol and fired a loaded firearm at somebody.
yeah, that one's fucking crazy too.
That one I felt supreme ironic because he's one of the. I mean, no secret about me, guys. I'm a 2A supporter and I'm a gun proponent to the day I die. Not that I believe that they are weapons of war or anything like that, but they're tools, just like a hammer.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, I have one of the most feared assault rifles sitting in my safe, and it hasn't moved in 6 months. It doesn't go out and do anything. So
You mean it doesn't have legs and just does its own thing?
no, dude, it doesn't even load itself.
Crazy.
It's fucking
That's
lazy.
weird.
I'm getting mad
Weird.
at it. So, but back on the Skarsgård. Skarsgård looks amazing. I just hope he can pull it out because that's one of those
He's a
movies.
phenomenal actor.
Yeah, dude, the whole Skarsgård family. I mean, because
Yeah.
his brother did Floki in the Viking series, and that was hands down probably my favorite
Oh, that's
character.
right. Yeah, that is a Skarsgård. Yeah, that whole family is fucking phenomenal, bro.
Yeah. So,
And I
so
forget his name, but he's the Baron in Dune.
okay, yeah, that's
He's
right.
also fucking amazing. He plays oh my god, Davy Jones or no, not Davy. Fuck. The one with the starfish and the shit on his face.
It's Bootstrap Bill Turner.
Thank you, Bill Turner.
Yeah, Bootstrap Bill
He's
Turner.
that guy.
Yeah. No, exactly. So, like I said, seeing the picture,
Oh, well, I just wanted to let you know
Skarsgård
what
looks
I had
amazing.
going on. I didn't realize you
Yeah.
wanted to go right.
Like I said, even
today, I
then,
figured we were
Skarsgård's
planning it
portrayal
still,
of
but
Pennywise.
just have that.
The only reason I like Tim Curry's better is because Tim Curry is a creepy fuck, and his
Yeah.
was more psychological, whereas it seemed like in the newer they focused more on the CGI, the visual effects, and the gore, which I mean that's just where the industry is led.
Yeah, definitely. I loved
But
his voice though too. He had a
yeah,
really nice voice with it. It was
yeah,
creepy.
absolutely.
Thanks,
So
guys.
of course, bud. Um, but yeah, so like I said, seeing that picture, I am hopeful. But The Crow is it's one of those ones that, like I said, I never watched 2 or 3 because I I didn't I didn't want to overtake Brandon's spot, right? So it's just one of those. So I'm hoping that he can pull it out. So I am excited to see that one.
To me, it's just like what they did with Joker, Jared Leto's. They try to modernize it into the 2020s. Put some more
Right.
tattoos on him. It's more relatable to people today. And whatever, I wish they would just not do that. I actually didn't mind Jared Leto's Joker either. I think we only got like 6 minutes of screen time, so I'm not going to
That's
judge too harshly on him. And
I
it's
was
also not the cut that we were supposed to see. So
right. Well, and like I said, I was disappointed in not Leto's performance. I was disappointed in the movie itself because the way they teased Leto in the movie, he should
like he
have
would have
done,
a bigger role.
yeah, like he would have an
Yeah,
actual role. Like so
yeah.
but yeah, I thought Leto pulled off, and I mean I'm one of those ones that when it comes to the Joker, I liked Hamill's. I've liked just about every version of the Joker that we've ever put onto the screen, just because there's no actual like there's so many different backstories because he's always telling us a different backstory. So what's true, what's real, what's the actual Joker? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So at least that's how I've always thought about it. Especially they really hit on that hard in the Arkham series, where you just get all of his different backstories thrown at you every time you get an interview with, well, Dr. Quinzel before she becomes Harley Quinn.
Hmm.
So, but yeah,
Underratedly, Cameron Monaghan, or whatever his last name is. Great Joker.
yes, especially for the pre like the background story style and how they came up with that in Gotham.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, great show.
yeah,
But I just wanted
absolutely.
to say also, Joe, I agree 100%. Fishy as fuck that it's the first and only time a blank's ever killed anybody. I do know that, like,
Right.
a blank bullet can pop a balloon. Like, if you shoot at a balloon, it can pop a balloon.
That's gonna either be the unburnt powder, that hardened powder inside the barrel, or
Yeah.
just the sheer force, depending on how far away. But that's what I'm talking about. Like it can create a projectile, so it's believable, but it's
Yeah, the
and the
heat.
heat, yeah.
Yeah. I know
So
that they can pop balloons, but like that's as far because I've seen like videos of people shooting blanks at balloons and shit and then popping. But yeah, crazy that a blank would just kill somebody one time in history, and it happened to be that dude. But yeah, yeah. I had to answer a phone
yeah.
call. I wanted to say something about that when I seen the comments. I was like, God damn it.
No, you're good. But
Oh,
yeah, though, so that's one. Like I said, I'm hopeful because I love Skarsgård and I love what
Hmm.
he does with roles, and he's phenomenal. And his face matches anything creepy. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah,
He's
I
got a
think he
creep.
can pull it off.
So I
It's
just
just
hope the
interesting
story.
stills that they chose. Someone critiqued like his haircut with the one with the girl at the fire, so it'll be interesting. But
Right.
I have confidence in him as an actor to pull it off.
oh,
Oh,
for sure.
absolutely.
Um,
That's why I said
moving on, though, we
I'm not
go
worried
ahead.
about him. I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about the story, and I'm worried about the
Yeah, the writing
actual.
might be a little weird.
Yeah.
Moving on, though, we got our first look at Tron Ares, which comes next year in 2025. Killer cast, though. I know we just kind of critiqued Jared Leto, but he stars in that. We also get Evan Peters and Cameron Monaghan, which we were just talking about for Gotham, and Gillian Anderson. So, pretty good cast. It's a great first picture. I love Tron. I loved the last one. I think it was Legacy. Um, Great visuals. Jeff Bridges is amazing in that. So great movie. So hopefully they followed up with another one.
Yeah.
We got the trailers for The Strangers Chapter 1. And then the Bike Riders also looks pretty good. I didn't know, but Norman Reedus is actually in that movie, which I thought was actually kind of fitting once I saw the trailer. I was like, oh, that makes sense. It's about fucking bike riders. He
Makes
looks
perfect
super
sense.
grungy in it.
So he looks normal.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit. He looks very at home.
It's
But that movie looks pretty good. I saw the actual trailer for it in theaters when I saw Dune Friday. But before I get to Dune, I just wanted to share James Gunn posted the first official picture of Superman. We get the crest of the suit. It doesn't look exactly like, Henry Cavill's or any of the real previous ones, but I would say it has like that same texture to the suit as Henry Cavill's, just slightly different colors. A little more blue versus like the dark blue, a little more yellow versus the dark yellow sort of stuff. So, looks
more.
incredible. It's got like some snow on it, so I thought that was kind of nice. Just being from Montana, I love snow. They also changed the title from Superman Legacy to just Superman. I don't know why, but it looks great. I'm so stoked on the suit. Looks great. But going back to Dune, I did watch that Friday. I thought it was really good. Didn't blow me away or anything.
Okay.
But visually, like, just incredible. The score from Hans Zimmer is just perfect and matches the emotion of just the scenes, the scenery, of course, just the backdrops and stuff. Everything was really good, but nothing really like blew me away. The worms looked awesome.
See, why does that seem to be? Why does that seem to be the new thing with movies? They all look incredible because we have the technology to make them look incredible. But unfortunately, we don't have the people to continuously write out really good fucking gripping stories or actors to portray those characters.
I mean, it's really good. Like, I just like I wouldn't give it like a 10. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give tens.
Well, it's like, well, I felt the same
Just
way about.
willy nilly. So
Well, I just felt the same way about like the new Avatar movie. The movie's incredible to
yeah,
look at. The visuals are amazing. The graphics, the
yeah.
CGI, it's amazing. And then the movie itself, the story, everything that
Kind of a
happens.
fart.
If you had a big fat fart, huge fart, dude, stinkiest fart I've ever smelled on television, dude. Why in the
I
fuck?
could definitely agree with that.
Oh my god, dude, that movie pissed me off the entire time. You can ask my girlfriend. I was upset and furious that entire movie, dude. First off,
I never.
from the very beginning, Jake's running. Jake's running away. That's what you're telling me right now. Jake Sully, the guy who fucking reunited the tribe, is running away. Okay, already movie sucks.
Weird.
And now you're
Yeah.
gonna bring this Colonel dude back as a blue guy? Fucking lick the Fromunda cheese, dude. I'm out. Can't even come up with a new villain. Can't even come up with a new villain, dude. No, I was upset the
That's
entire
funny.
time. And that's why, like, nowadays, like, I get nervous when I go watch movies, because it's like, I know the movie's gonna look good. I've been feeling, I want to watch Dune. I want to see Dune. But I know the movie's gonna look good. I know the visuals are gonna be incredible. But is the story and the acting gonna be worth me sitting through that? Because I swear to
Yes,
God.
it is.
Okay.
Like it's just like I never read the books, so like I don't
Neither did
have
I.
much of like a critique when it comes to like that garbage. But like it is a really good movie. I just like I wouldn't give it a 10 because then it's just like it just didn't blow me away. And I think it's more of a lead up to the third movie, Dune Messiah, where everything is really gonna happen. There
Okay.
is a really badass, like I think most people, maybe spoilers, but I think most people have seen like the screenshot of Timothy Chalamet and Austin Butler's character about to square off.
Yeah.
Like to me, that was one of the best parts of the movie. It's not like the longest fight, but that was an incredible one-on-one fight, and I thought the hand-on-hand was really nice. You also see Austin Butler's character in like more of a gladiator setting, and that was super sick. So like, I don't know, there's some cool stuff. It's not packed full of action or anything like that, but it has great dialogue, and I do love how Timothy Chalamet can like kind of command the leadership that he needs in the movie. So I thought some of that was kind of nice. So if you do see it, I think you might agree with me, but
Okay.
yeah, I definitely implore everyone to watch it. It was a great movie.
Well, I definitely plan
But
on watching
I would
it.
give it like a 7, maybe an 8. You know what I mean? Like it's just not for me. It's not a 10.
Yeah, me and Tiff are definitely gonna sit down and watch Dune eventually. But I just like I said, I just get nervous when I see some of these new movies because it's like, is it gonna be just a fucking graphical showpiece and then a garbage ass story? Is that what it's gonna be?
No, I didn't feel that way. I definitely felt like I got my money's worth. I know movies are expensive, but I definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah. And
I
also
mean,
now
yeah.
a lot of
you don't
people.
talk expensive. My new habit is I go to hockey games.
Yeah, bro.
I mean Tuesday I got one row off the glass, and it cost me
Woo!
like $30 a ticket.
I actually love the upper seats,
No,
just so I can watch the play a little bit more.
no, yeah,
Personally, as a hockey
absolutely.
player, that's my favorite shit.
Right. Well, dude, the way the Spokane Arena is leveled up, they actually have like the best seats are not like that picture I posted in the
Mhm.
Discord. I was a little too high for my leggings, but I was clear up at the top of the arena. But we did 4 wheel call tickets because we got them dirt cheap.
Oh, nice. There you go.
But no, preferably, yeah, I would go like back of the bottom section because you're over the glass and you can see everything. But this is date night and I really want to get into the game this time. So I decided to pick 2 seats. Just literally, there's a row and then the glass. So
Nice. Dope.
Hobbies are just expensive. They're all expensive.
mhm.
They are. They all are.
Yep.
But I do save money with my movies by staying at home. I'm sorry for you theater lovers, but I ain't fucking going out there no more and paying you $20 for goddamn soda and popcorn. All right?
Hey, I will throw out there are some matinee options at like noon. So I mean, hey, there are ways around it. I know our place here they do $5 tickets on Tuesdays. So
Why? So
like
I can listen
there's
to all the
options.
fucking senior citizens in there fucking breathing heavy and coughing? I'm solid, dog.
It's the ultimate way to support a movie though. So just
Hey,
saying
let's
if
see.
you love like the director or like one of the actors in particular, like you're a diehard, that's the way to do it.
Well,
But I
that's the
totally
thing.
get it.
That's the thing is I ain't really a diehard to anybody, so I'm a diehard for video games. That shit I'll fucking support out the ass. But I
Totally.
definitely am not about to go sit in the movie theater anymore when I can just wait for that shit to come out and I can get high on my couch and pause to go take a pee. All right? That's the fucking features and luxuries of living in this country, and I'm going to use them.
Hey,
Chowder's
go for it. I love it.
Chowder's last Die Hard just turned non-communicative, so
Yeah, that's very true, though. That's very true.
I agree with lots. My
Fat
money,
rip.
my hobby is lobby, or Jesus, my hobby is money.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's very true. It is just my hobby is.
Unfortunately, in Bozeman, I don't get to do that.
Yeah, in Bozeman, your hobby is to try to find any money.
Yeah, I'm looking on the ground when I walk all the time.
Yeah, I would. But honestly, I don't know, dude. It might be just as expensive to live here in my little stupid ass valley. Well, maybe not because you're a college town, but it's goddamn getting there, dude. Our rent up here is over like for a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom apartment. It's like $1,200 a month, dude.
Jesus, that's what it's
yeah.
like out here.
Yeah, dude.
Like I was talking with my cousin because they're getting ready to move. They're trying to figure out where they're gonna go for a little bit between their apartment and their fucking this house that'll be ready in May. And dude, he's a 2 bedroom, 1 bath, has a garage, and like 21 a month.
Oh wow.
I'm like, holy shit.
I'm almost there.
Dude, I pay just over 1,000 a month, but I own the house.
Oh, nice.
Like, so
That's not something
that is my suggestion.
That's something that's never made sense and never will. You're telling me that you're okay with me paying over $1,000 a month in rent, but I can't pay the same or a little bit less in mortgage every month. Kiss my booty hole, dude.
Yeah. I think honestly, you know, maybe not necessarily the dream of homeownership, but when I look at homeownership, I look at assets, right?
Yep.
First off, I'm saving money and I'm paying less than I would in an apartment out here.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
I
for
have to do
sure.
my own maintenance. I figured out how to do most of my own maintenance around this house. Second off, for every month I live here, I'm just gaining capital on it
Yep.
and
Yep.
a return on investment if I ever decide to just pack up and move and sell the house. Because right now,
Baby, come back. You can
you
come
know,
back to the woods.
I know. I wish. I wish the hardest thing about moving would be getting my 700-pound safe out of the basement.
Dude, if you were moving here, I'd come help you. We'll cut a hole in the
Dude,
floor. We'll hoist that bitch.
just cut it right through my son's bedroom. Just
Yeah, right on, dude.
uh,
I mean, dude,
but
if you're willing to cut a hole, we can get the backhoe out there, dude. Put the backhoe out over the thing, chain it up, lift that bitch right out of there, dude.
there you go. But yeah. So I mean, yeah, that's the market on rent anywhere is just getting to be outrageous, and it blows me away.
Yeah, it is.
You know, we got people talking about 1-bedroom, 1-baths for $1,000. My first 2-bedroom, 1-bath 10 years ago, 14 years ago was $500 a month.
Exactly. And the only reason my rent's so cheap is because we own our trailer and we pay lot rent. That's the only reason why my rent's so cheap. So,
In fact, let's
but
see what this apartment complex is at.
But I think for TV stuff. Oh, actually, I do got something I'd like to talk about. I do.
Yep.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, the Netflix live action. Garbage. Don't even waste your time. If you're a real fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender, you're gonna turn that on and you're gonna get mad. You're gonna get as mad as you were when you watched the movie. Like, everybody who's watched it knows the story, so I don't feel bad talking spoilers at all. But I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Enough.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it out there that at this part in the live action, I have watched Aang communicate and talk with King Boomy, and fucking Toph is still not a even thing in the show.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, okay.
It's like the best character.
110% best character. The only thing about that show that I like, and there's two things about that show that I like. The CGI for Appa and Momo, fantastic. The animals look fantastic.
Okay, I've heard good things about that, so that's nice.
The animals look fantastic. Sokka, the guy they got to play Sokka, nailed it. Fucking nailed it. Great job. Everybody else pisses me off. Zuko's a bitch. Uncle Iroh's alright, but he's got too much of a white guy voice to be Uncle Iroh. Fucking...
Yeah, I like the raspiness.
He doesn't have that.
I heard a clip. Yeah, it's just clean. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it sounds. It's weird. It's off-putting. And Azula just does not have the evil angular face. Like, they did a great job with Firelord Ozai. I always forget what that guy's name is. Is it Daniel Day Kim? I think is what his name is.
I don't recall, but
he's in Hawaii Five-0. He's one of my favorite actors. He's super awesome, and he's a really I think he's pretty talented dude. But he plays Firelord Ozai, and I think he does a great job. He's got that angular, sharp cheekbones and the like sharp jaw for it.
Yeah, some people just like can look evil without really trying.
Yeah, like he doesn't need to try that hard to look like he's fucking, evil a little bit. So I think they did great.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did good there. But besides that, it's just been irritation after irritation. Like, dude,
That sucks.
they put the meeting of King Boomy and the meeting of that kid who uses the airbender kite to fly around on his wheelchair in the same place in Omashu. They didn't even go to another air temple. Yeah, dude, like they've changed up so much dumb shit. And I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, I don't even it's frustrating, dude. I don't even know if I want to watch the rest of it because at this point it's just pissed me off.
Yeah, like I get doing like your own adaptation, but like, bro, like, why does it always come down to like you're just changing like the dumbest shit? And
Yes.
it's weird.
And no top. No top.
Yeah,
That shit pisses me
that's
off
weird.
more than anything else. You've left out the one character that teaches Aang how to earthbend for this entire time.
Right. That's weird.
Yeah, dude.
And then,
I
like,
don't like it.
I don't know. I'm not like a super nerdy Resident Evil fan, but like as a Resident Evil fan, every live action adaptation is just dog shit.
Yep.
I just have no hope for video game adaptations, man. They're terrible.
Yep. I've heard
Well,
the
any live action, really.
The only thing I've heard good things about is the Halo show. I've heard good things about it, as long as you like take away the fact that it's like, you know, they changed up some stuff. But I'm always nervous about like TV adaptations of anything. I will
I
say,
get nervous about TV series.
Dude, I don't know, man. The Last of Us nailed it. I'm gonna say that.
I wasn't. I'm not like a fucking crazy huge fan of the games. I played like half of the first one. They just ain't really my thing. So didn't watch the TV show.
That's perfectly fine. I'm just saying, as far as a video game adaptation into live action, The Last of Us was great. Now, whether you're a fan of the game, you know,
I don't know, dude. I just don't. I feel like something's off about the fucking series. Austin says it's only book 1, but I feel like there's something off. Like, I was looking through and I feel like there's something off. I'll have to pull it up. I do not like the Netflix live action. If I remember correctly, they'd already met Toph by that point.
I did thought they met like not early, but like kind of early. Because they're like almost not friends when they start. So they like he has to like bargain with her, right?
Yeah. I'm looking at Netflix right now to see. Because I gotta know.
It's been a while since I've watched the animated show, but
yeah, it's been a while since I've watched it
I just don't get why people have to change like so much, and then I don't know. But like, take your time, man. Just like, it doesn't have to be perfect, but like,
right?
Why are you changing the weirdest shit and like putting things out of place?
And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But like, I definitely need to see it right now.
But yeah, no, that's just it. Like the Halo one, you know, it is getting a lot of hate just because it throws in a little bit more personal stuff. But you got to see the human side, or else you're never gonna fill it with everything, because this is all like I said, season 2, we're finally at the Fall of Reach, and the Fall of Reach is really what starts at least the video game series that I can remember. So I fucking think it's an amazing show, but I do hear a lot of hate to people, and I don't agree with everything they did, but that doesn't take away the fact that it
could still be good.
Okay, so I was wrong. So that was my bad. I am wrong on that part. But they definitely snuck Secret Tunnel into fucking book 1 then already. That is something that's weird. And they skipped the Northern Air Temple. They like combined the Northern Air Temple and Omashu.
Ugh, weird.
That's exactly what they did. So
and
I
also,
am wrong. That's my bad.
Shogun is off of a book. I didn't read the book either, but first episode that I watched was really good.
The King of Omashu, yeah.
What one, Kyle?
For Shogun, that new series on Hulu, I
Oh,
think the
see,
first 2 or 3 episodes are out, and they're gonna drop like another 2 this coming week.
I think it's something like that. I've been meaning to start it, but it's so weird to see an FX show that I have to go dub English on.
Yeah,
So I
there's
just,
like some
just haven't
weird
started it yet.
there's some weird, like, I definitely need subtitles for sure, but there's like a weird point because like the guy's supposed to be speaking Portuguese, but he's just speaking English, so we're
Gotta
just supposed
turn
to
to
like assume
English.
that he's speaking Portuguese. So like that's kind of weird, but the show's
Yeah,
been pretty good so far. Like I said, only 1 episode in. Hopefully, we can crank out the rest of them
right.
tonight, and then
I've been
catch
hearing
up
some
once they
I've been
Very
hearing
go
some
ahead.
nice.
good things about it. Like some of
So
my old Game of Thrones fans have been saying that this could take Game of Thrones. And like for me, like I know for you, Kyle, like I know your sentiment. We've talked about it. But for me, like Game of Thrones is hard to beat unless you want to separate seasons. Because if we start talking about the last 2 seasons, like dog shit. Um, but yeah, Game of Thrones is hard to beat for me. I mean, I've seen the series 7 times, 8 times now. And the greatest thing about that show and the way it's written and it follows the books and everything like that is every time I watch it, I see something else from season 1 that ties to season 7, or I see something else that maybe didn't make sense before, but now it does. So that's why I enjoy going back and rewatching that show.
Mhm.
But I have heard that, like I said, a lot of my Game of Thrones buddies are telling me that this one could take it. So I need to start it. I just need to stop being a lazy ass and do it.
There's a good
what
parallel in Dune Part 2. Like we see in Part 1, but it's like a different person in Part 2. So it's kind of cool. It's basically like something you already saw, but kind of different.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
I was
no,
definitely wrong. My stoner brain had it mixed up because they go to Omashu twice. So I always forget about that.
Hmm.
I always forget that they go to Omashu twice. But yeah, the secret
I haven't
tunnel
watched
part.
the live action yet, but
I mean, I still don't like some of the characters, some of the people they chose to play the characters. But I
it
mean,
seems cheesy as hell
dude.
with some of the snippets I saw. Like the
The,
acting seemed
oh, it
not
is
compelling.
the very beginning was cringe as shit, dude.
That's
They
the
had
big thing for me is like you can change the story, but like sell me like the actor's got to do a good job, the writer needs to do a good job. It needs to be compelling. You got to
dude,
sell me on it.
dude. The
That's why I
right.
very
love
And
all the
beginning,
live action like Batman stuff. Like there isn't a bad one.
at the very beginning, they had Gran in the tent, standing up like over Aang, say like literally word for word the opening lines to the anime intro
I mean,
music
you got to throw
as
it in there
like
somewhere.
voice lines. It was
Got
hella
to throw it in
cringe,
somewhere.
dude. It just sounded hella cringe.
Weird.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not cringe. I'm just saying you got to do it somehow.
It just sounded so bad. I just did not like it at all.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, no, Kyle, I'm with you on that one. Where it's you can do some changing, like that's fine as long as the way it is presented in the change, I still enjoy it. Then we're good.
Yeah.
Like make
Exactly.
changes. That's creative freedom. That's why I don't want I don't want you to take my video game and I mean they did this with The Last of Us quite literally, but at least I feel they did a decent job with it. But I don't really want you to take my video game and just give it to me in live action. Give me something in that universe that parallels it or something, because I know that cinematic universes versus this universe, like I'm perfectly fine with separating them. We've been
Hmm.
doing it for years with Marvel. Like
Yeah.
the
We've been
the
doing
the
this for a long time with superhero flicks, man.
yeah, the spider web that is the fucking Marvel Cinematic Universe has warped our brain into being able to separate everything.
Hmm.
Like a skill that it's a learned skill at this point, and all you have to do is go watch the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like because you either are gonna watch it in release order or you're gonna watch it in chronological order. Either way, you're gonna be skipping around. So, I mean, that's just my thoughts on it when it comes to that. So that's why, when it comes to, I know I've been saying this a lot, but when it comes to like Halo, not upset about it at all. Even when he does something stupid in season 1, like, yeah, that was fucking stupid. Not upset about it because it makes sense. The way they brought it out and the way it makes sense to me. So,
Yeah, I can get that. I mean, I can see that TV shows need, especially when it's live action, they'll have to make some changes. But I guess I don't
right.
know. I guess not everybody's gonna agree with what changes are good and what. Like I've said before, I got a shitload of people disagreed with me on fucking the IGN post where everybody was talking about the One Piece live action, and I was like, "This shit was trash," and a bunch of people got all mad at me. So I didn't like it at all. I thought it was fucking garbo. I didn't like the things that they changed, but also,
There's always going to be people that don't like stuff. So,
yeah,
I mean, no
exactly.
matter what you do.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
right, absolutely.
So, I mean, I definitely like what I like, and I don't expect everybody to make things just for me, so.
No, absolutely. Here's the greatest thing, and this is what I say on social media too. If you don't like it, next.
Yeah, scroll.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you
Lexi
don't
says his
have.
favorite one is the first of Resident Evil. His favorite video game adapt is the first Resident Evil.
It's an entertaining movie, but I think as far as story, like, I don't know what you would compare it to for the video games.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Like a
I
mix
mean,
of like 2 or 3 of them. That's to me, that's just not a. I don't know. It was
I mean,
entertaining. I enjoyed the first one out of all of them, but after that, they definitely dropped off.
I don't know. I
I mean,
guess.
did you see the computer animated one that takes place in an airport? That one was
No,
like,
I
what
stopped
the fuck?
watching the Resident Evil adaptations after like the third live action one. It were so bad. The Nemesis take was horrible.
And I think my
Yeah,
other thing
I,
is like, to be
I'll
quite
agree
frank
with
with
that one.
you, 110%, I feel like most of the time, if I'm going to experience a story of any kind, I would rather do it through a video game medium than I would through a movie medium.
I 100% will agree with you on that. And that hits back to what I said in the beginning of this episode, right? Is my favorite genre is that single player RPG where, at least in a video game, I'm immersing myself into the universe and then I feel like I'm in it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas a TV show I'm watching.
Yeah,
Now,
I mean,
am I gonna stop watching it? No.
like, even, like, just playing multiplayer games all the time like I do, like Destiny, if you played from the beginning like I did, it's had a story, like, that you can
Yeah.
follow for the most part, if you actually paid attention and shit. So it's just, like, one of those things, like, I I don't mind watching movies and TV, but I've noticed I have a really hard time sitting through something that's longer than 40 minutes when it comes to
That's fair.
TV stuff. Like, I really do. I can sit and play a video game for 6 hours straight. It's because I'm
Yep.
interacting. Like, I'm doing
Yeah.
something. I'm interacting with the screen. Like, that was something that we always used to get in arguments about in my house when I was growing up. Because my dad is one of those TV dads, and he'd always be like, "Come out here and watch TV with us." And it's like, I'm I'm just playing video games. Can I just play my video games? No, come out here and sit and watch TV with us. And I get irritated, and it's like, yeah, we're not even spending any family time together. You want me to come
No,
out here,
you're
sit here in silence, and stare at the TV when I could have sat in my room and interacted with my TV and done almost the same thing, because we're not going to talk.
no,
Right.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to get
Absolutely.
we used to get in arguments all the time. So it's just like, it was just like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I prefer to experience stories through a video game medium. I think they're better, and I think they look better.
Well, that's why we are gamers.
I think they're funner.
Yep.
I think it's fun. Exactly. So, let's see. Is there anything else you guys got for us today?
Nah, man.
I know.
Nah, nah.
Got a nice, easy going day today. Got some running around to do, but that's about it.
Yeah, so
Yep.
do I. I was hoping we could wrap this up a little bit early. I want to get the upload started just
course.
because I got some things I got to do today. And then I should be on later tonight. Yeah, that's what actually I want to do is I want to do Sunday Funday Destiny grind, but that's not gonna be till probably I'm gonna say 5 or 6 tonight, and it'll only be for a couple hours because I gotta work in the morning. Um, we got some things going on. I'll text you, Joe.
Even Joe's giving me the itch. God damn it.
Yeah, dude. Joe downloaded it too, dude.
Oh.
Joe re-downloaded Destiny as well, so
I know, but I'm not. I don't want to put money into it.
Did you not get Lightfall?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Well, hey, Mr. PS5 guy, you know that March's free PlayStation Plus game is Destiny 2: The Witch Queen, right?
No, because I never get on that shit anymore. I'm getting in right now. Oh wait, it doesn't do anything. Not yet. Not till Tuesday.
Yeah, the event goes live Tuesday, but I gotta get. I'm sure I don't know what the current fucking light cap is right now. I gotta do some work. I gotta do some work and get in there because there's shit to be done.
Shit to be done always.
Yep.
Always, always, always.
Oh. Never mind. Sick. It's still fucking 810, 1810, and I'm 1802, so I only got like a few fucking levels to go, so I'm actually okay. I'm still right there with the big boys, so we're okay.
I don't think I'm anywhere near that.
I'm at my Titan is at 1803, my Warlock's at 1804, and the max light level is 1810. So technically I'm past I'm in the hard cap area.
Right.
Yep. If I remember correctly how the phrasing goes. But yeah. In other news, I hope everybody follows, likes, subscribes, drop this podcast on your Facebook, do all the things, follow all the content people that are making great stuff. Check out the Discord. I can't stress that enough. We've gotten some new members recently, some awesome people as well. So, if you listen,
Yeah, outside of like
big welcome.
the bots and stuff, we're like at 97 with our like bots and stuff in there. So we're actually getting really close to 100 real members.
Yeah, which is really awesome. Super dope. I appreciate everybody in the Discord community. You guys are all awesome. And I appreciate everybody who's been listening to the pods. I see the numbers. I see you doing your thing. So
Yes, seriously, appreciate you guys.
Yep, appreciate you guys big time. Hope to catch some of you in stream later. Like I said, I'm gonna be out for a little bit doing some things. I'm about to try to eat a little bit of breakfast and get ready for the day. So I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day, and I hope you fellas have a wonderful day as well. Kyle, are you gonna be streaming? Give yourself a little plug.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm playing yet. I was thinking either Chivalry or the finals, so one or the other, but I will be on.
Ooh, that was a game I downloaded on the after you said something. I just haven't even opened it.
It's pretty fun. The finals, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. Like, I think it's like a nice blend of Apex and Call of Duty. You know, a little hectic, but not too crazy like Apex, but kind of plays like a Call of Duty first-person shooter.
For sure.
Players have like abilities and stuff, and then there's like 3 different classes that you can pick. So it's pretty cool, but not a ton of the homies play it, so I'm generally just kind of by myself.
Right. Then you're sitting there talking in your channel talking about fucking Hell Let Loose, and I've had my eye on that for a minute.
Yeah, it's on sale for $30 on PlayStation Store. So if you guys are on it, get it. If you don't have it, get it.
Also for you Xbox gamers, it's on Game Pass, baby, and it's crossplay.
Oh, nice.
So,
dope.
Yeah, I have it downloaded on my Xbox. It is something we can play.
Cool. Yeah, maybe sometime this coming week. I haven't looked at the Leaf schedule, but as usual, I'll plan around that, and then maybe get some games in.
Yeah, get a Hell
There
Let
you
Loose
go.
session in. It'd be fun to have like an actual squad together.
Yeah, Brad, Brandon, all those guys play it, so we can definitely get. How many people can you get in like one sesh?
Well, I mean, we could put ourselves in a Discord channel and have everybody talking that way. And honestly, I don't really think there's I know that like a soldier squad is 6 people.
Oh, okay. I think we
So,
could fill that.
and if people join up on us afterwards, like join our server, you could have like six-man squads, I think is what it is, or something like that. Was it six? Was it six? Yeah, it's six-man squads, and then um
Makes sense with
it's
a
a
game like
couple
called Hell Let Loose.
yeah, it's a
Right?
couple artillery squads that are specialized like in tank driving and running artillery, and then there's 2 recon squads.
Okay.
They're
Okay.
two-man teams that consists of a spotter and a sniper.
Sick. Okay.
Yeah.
They're going all out with
Y-
that.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. No
I've heard
fucking
it's hard, but really fun.
It is hard. It's ultimate hardcore. You get hit once, you die. My
Perfect.
first shot in the game, my first kill though was a headshot, and it was pretty satisfying because you know when you get a headshot in that game because it gives you that good bullet sound, like a bullet hitting a
Oh
helmet, like
yeah.
old school, like
Yeah.
like you can hear the ding. And I did it with iron sights on a bolt action rifle. This guy was like super far
Ooh,
away, and I fucking aimed down sight, pulled the trigger, and I seen his helmet fly, and I heard the sound, and I was like, "Yeah, dude!"
that's cool.
I got an
That's,
achievement for it. I was pretty satisfied. I won't lie. I was like, that was pretty satisfying.
that's cool. Well, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to playing it. I just probably not today, but like yeah, like I said, maybe sometime this week we can get the boys on and get a sesh going.
Sounds good to me. Alrighty, Mad Dog, little plug for yourself. You gonna be getting on stream soon? What's going on with you over there, buddy?
Dude, I don't even know right now. Every time like I said, I literally like I can pull OBS up right now, and push start, and I'm good to go. It's just the pushing start and then being able to dedicate like I used to. Shit's just kind of
Well, remember,
keeps
even if
getting
you're only getting like an
rooted.
hour and a half a session in, that's better than nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
man.
know. I know. I know. I gotta get back into it. So, at this point, like I said, I don't necessarily know that I will be on today. Kind of got to see how the day goes. We got to go do some shopping and do some running around for the wife's business and everything like that. But yeah, if I end up getting on, you guys will be the first one to know.
Yeah, let me know because I'm like I said, if I get on tonight, I want to try to play some Destiny 2. If I get on earlier than I'm expecting, I might try to get a couple of Warzone games in before I switch over though.
There you go.
I've been watching. I see clips and then I made that montage and it's giving me the itch.
Nice.
All
Isn't that,
right,
isn't that great?
yeah, but um. With that being said, we'll wrap this thing up. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and we'll see you next week at 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, all the
There you go.
things. All the things.
All right.
Peace out, everybody.
Do
Bye,
this.
guys. Appreciate you.